Hey guys, today I want to share with you the regrets I've had and the lessons I've learned over my past 2 years in university. Now, if you don't know who I am, I'm Michael Chong, a year 2 student at Hong Kong Baptist University majoring in English. And in this video, aside from sharing my regrets and my lessons, I'll be featuring some of my friends from other colleges in Hong Kong and even overseas to share some of their thoughts and opinions with you. So hopefully you take away something, and let's begin. The first lesson is that all top students are good at both academics and extracurricular activities. You can't go with just either one of them. You have to be good at both of them. In fact, the friends I featured I'll be featuring later on in this video are the prime examples of this. Some of them have started their own businesses. Others are really good at public speaking, MUN, in all sorts of different domains. And they're really good at their grades. They have very good grades as well. My regret though is that I didn't really join any ECA's extracurricular activities back in year 1. But then I probably joined too many, way too many than I could take in year 2. And so you really have to strike a balance. You know, this saying of like striking a balance, it's easier said than done. Basically in year 1 I joined way too many, missed a lot of opportunities to know people and to better myself. But then in year 2 I was a bit too aggressive. I didn't know how to say no to people. I feel bad if I say no. And also, if you remember in one of my videos, I said, at that graduation ceremony at my secondary school, from that moment onwards, I don't want to miss any sort of opportunity. So from that moment onwards, really, whenever I have an opportunity, I say yes without even thinking if I could handle it. So turns out I couldn't really handle it, and that's why my grades this semester was not the best, and I have a lot of catching up to do. But to sum it up, if you want to be the creme de la creme, I don't speak French, but if you want to be the top lad, the top guy, the top girl, then you gotta get good grades and, join ECAs, and probably even better, be the leaders in those activities, in those clubs, in those teams or whatever, in order to, really have a shot at those awards and scholarships. It's cruel, but that's just how it works. The second thing is that you've got to actively get to know people, because connections are everything. And I mean every bloody single thing. Get to know your classmates, your teachers, even though in the coming semester I hopefully won't be joining any courses that have group projects in them, because last semester I didn't have the best group project experience. Some of the groups I had in courses were really nice because the people in there were way better than I am, so naturally I could get carried. I could be carried. But in some other courses, I didn't have the best experience. But still, you shouldn't have like that mindset going into a group project. Get to know your classmates well, as well as your teachers, because you don't know when these connections are gonna be useful, because someday they might just very well be. For instance, I was lucky enough to be selected to represent my school to join the 21st Century Cup National English Speaking Competition hosted by China Daily. And I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I hadn't actively reached out to a lecturer in my course who said that, originally this competition was, only year 2 students or above are allowed. So back when I was in year 1, which in that year of the competition, I got 3rd place in the Hong Kong round. If I hadn't reached out to my lecturer, I wouldn't have been able to, get that result. And even though all this time I've been kind of tired of MUN because of just how much work we as executive committee members have to do, not that I have a lot to do, my teammates, the more talented ones, carried me. I'm not the brains behind everything. I'm not the big brain like PewDiePie says. But my teammates did most of the hard work. I got the easy ones. But then I think despite taking up a lot of my time, MUN, the connections I established through this ECA helped me to be selected. I had the opportunity actually in September to be the MC in the convocation, which is basically, convocation, so opening ceremony of the semester at my school. So this is, I guess this is not some sort of opportunity you get every day. And I'm grateful for that. So really get to know people, because you won't know when these connections are gonna help you in your future. Oh, and I almost forgot to talk about my regret in this regard. But basically, because I joined, basically no ECA aside from the 21st Century Cup in my first year, plus the fact that in year 2, thanks to COVID, I along with a few other people are the ones that actually attend face-to-face classes. Most of my other classmates just stay at home, and I have to, basically, I can't even look at them, because most of them, 90% of them don't turn on their cameras. I can't look at their beautiful faces through this webcam here. I didn't get to know a lot of people because of all these different reasons and factors. And that's my regret, thanks to COVID. But yeah, let's be positive. And in fact, for my school, I think face-to-face classes will resume in the coming semester. And I think at Marco's school as well, so the University of Science and Technology, UST, after taking compulsory vaccine shots, they have to go back to school for face-to-face classes as well. So enough chatter. I'm sure you're all tired of hearing my annoying voice, especially with this new microphone I've got here amplifying my voice. And I'll pass the time on to my friends. Hopefully you learn a thing or two from them. I'm sure you'll learn a lot. Every one of them for me is an inspiration in some way. And so yeah, hopefully you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
I'd say that my biggest regret would be that I didn't really use my time to have a more balanced university experience. On that note, I'd say that the best advice I can give freshmen would be to focus on having a more holistic university experience. Like spend their university life studying, of course, but also attending university events that help to make new friends, taking part in competitions, being active in at least like 2 or more university activities every semester, and perhaps even go outside of Hong Kong for service trips or just for a short vacation. So basically, just go out. There are a lot of uni events that involve locals and non-locals from various cultures, ethnicities, and backgrounds. Make plans with them and meet outside of uni for like a dinner, a hike, or a trip to Disneyland or anything. This way, university life will turn out to be a more wholesome experience.
My biggest regret in university is the fact that I didn't read extensively enough. And I think that more students have to understand the fact that your undergraduate life is actually the best time for you to read a diverse range of topics from different disciplines, because first of all, you have the time to do it. And secondly, you are mentally and intellectually prepared to read more topics. And the most important thing is that during your undergraduate life, you are actually not stressed to focus on a specific topic, which you might have to when you go out to work or when you go for your further studies. So I think that this is the best chance for you to absorb knowledge from different disciplines and become a much more well-rounded person. And I have heard from a lot of different friends about how these days, university students actually don't have to read a single book to finish their degree. And I actually think that this is a thing that we have to change. It is a challenge that we have to overcome. And if you think that this kind of claim is not justified, I think that you have to be a part of the change and start reading more extensively so that you can tell people, being a university student is still having its value and everybody should cherish it.
For me, it's that I couldn't have the opportunity to go exchange overseas. Like, I came to Hong Kong for this, okay? So it's the biggest regret in my university. And I really love to explore more, like the world, different cultures, diversities. I'd love to go to Europe and travel through different national borders. And yeah, so that would be the regret. But it's not on me, so I'm okay. I'll keep exploring after the COVID.
My biggest regret is I didn't utilize the resources and facility at the university. Like I didn't stay in the library for so long, and I skipped the lessons, and I also didn't use the gym room. So there's a lot of facilities that I didn't use, but I pay for it. So yeah, that's my biggest regret.
My best advice is that don't listen to some students that tell you GPA doesn't matter. I believed it, and now I'm almost graduating, but I found how inconvenient, or like actually GPA accounts a lot. You know, accounts for your application for your further study, like postgraduate degree, and it counts when you want to go to some competitive environment, like some super big companies. They actually do care about your GPA, even if you're undergraduate degree. And so just work your ass off in the university, and you'll be all fine. Yeah. And you can also drink cocktail. Doesn't matter. Okay, you're still a good boy.
So my advice is enjoy your life, because you've got many choices. You can get drinks, you can get friends, and you can get everything that you want. So enjoy your life, and
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you can get both, right? You can balance your life and your study and everything you want. Just plan it well and get them, reach your goal, and you'll be all fine. And be hardworking.
Thanks for your life lesson.
Okay, hey guys, this is Jack. So my advice for those of you who are going to university is to meet people who are not doing your subject. So if you're studying social sciences or law or history, get out and meet people. Well, similarly, if you're doing STEM, meet people who are doing history, English or social sciences. It's something that I really appreciate, something that I've only just recently realized how important with different disciplines, different way of thinking, and it really challenges yourself. So especially if you want to work in startup as well, you need to get used to working with people from different backgrounds.
One of the biggest lessons that I have learned at college is to utilize opportunities that your college offers to you and make sure that you make the most out of them. Now, as a college, we have the opportunity to go to the northern areas of Pakistan a lot. So it's basically a very beautiful hilly area, and you go as a group and you reconnect with nature and you make friends. And I personally did not do that as often, but now I realize that it's something that should be done. And that's because when you go with a lot of people as a group to a certain place, you get to know a lot of people, you get to understand what they're like, and I believe that in knowing people and discovering them, you learn a lot. It's a very big learning experience, and at the same time you also get to connect with nature. So yeah, I think that is something that should be done. Opportunities offered by college should be utilized by students there.
My best advice for the freshmen would be to explore different opportunities in your first year. Then choose the one that you like the most, or the one that fits your future development the most, and then focus on it in the remaining 3 years. There are too many activities in the university. Of course, you can always try something new in each semester. However, you can only build friendship, earn experience, master the skill, or even build connection for your career path if you reach a certain level of achievement in that activity. However, this requires a lot of time and effort, which will definitely affect your academic results if you try to do a lot of things at the same time. Therefore, picking only one as your target is the key, and such devotion will definitely give you your best memory in your uni life.
And then,
Remember, like and subscribe.
yeah, like and subscribe. Subscribe Michael. He's the
Right
best.
here.
He's a
Press
good,
this button.
good boy. Good boy. Subscribe
Press this
his
button.
channel.